Gabby Victoria. This is my PS 102 Lab Week 10 video. So this week in class, after watching Dr. Hopman's video for this week all about kinetic energy, he asked us to build a very specific lab this week, which I did, and I think it's actually very applicable to a lot of age levels. I think it can easily be done in high school, middle school age science classes, as well as with some hands-on teaching and going a little bit slower. You can easily do this probably, if you wanted to, all the way down to first grade, as long as you made your students prepare for what you were doing and made sure you knew exactly what you were asking. I actually kind of enjoyed this lab just because it was very simple, but all the materials are really easy to get a hold of, especially as a classroom teacher where we may not have such materials or we have to go buy them with our own money. I think this is one of those ones where we are good to go at any point. I also think that the idea of kinetic energy and the ramp that we built is also very applicable to students' lives. So when I was in lab with my TA, Jeff Bowman, we talked about, he actually showed me some YouTube videos and told me about his career and his job at the DOT and making the truck crash sites where when they're going down inclines and they aren't in the right gear and they cannot stop in time, where they have these spots on the side of the road for semi trucks to crash. And the kinetic energy that was built up because of the incline down these hills, the trucks were just not able to stop, and then some of the science that went behind stopping these trucks. And I think if you wanted to go into part 2, it could be something all about that, maybe show a YouTube video and then possibly create your own side of the road stop for trucks using some materials like we talked about, using sand or cat litter, rubber bands, bungee cords, things of that nature, just to tie this all back into a real world. Hi students, it's Miss B. This week in lab we are going to be talking about kinetic energy and how those buildups can be seen in our lab, which will be making ramps, and we're going to be sending marbles down them. But how kinetic energy and these ramps that we built can actually be turned into a real life setting with a little bit of backgrounds. What you're going to need for lab this week is 4 pieces of computer paper, some tape, a ruler, a marble, and a wood block. So this is my ramp all set up. I have my ruler set on top of my block at level 1. I have my piece of paper taped onto my ruler with the sides folded up so my marble does not fall off. And I have a little stopper at the end of my ramp. To make the stopper for the end of your ramp, you're just going to cut part of the piece of paper off. You're going to fold it in half hot dog style and then in half twice hamburger style. This is how I created my ramp. I cut a sheet of paper off the edge of one of the pieces of computer paper. I taped it onto my ruler and I folded the edges up so that my marble would not fall off my ruler ramp. This lab, you're going to hear me talk about levels for our wood block. This is level 1, the lowest ramp we'll be making. This is our ramp at level 2, where we've just flipped it up just a little bit taller. And this is our ramp at level 3. This is the tallest ramp we're going to be using today. Alright students, now that you've set up your ramp and you understand what level 1, level 2, and level 3 is for our wood block, I want you to take a couple test runs at each level, marking it with a different color for each level that the block is on, and then record it on your recording sheet that I've given you. Mango was not a great helper for this lab. She actually tried to steal my stopper just about the entire time, but she was very good at finding my marble when it fell off the table.